Hey, what's up, everybody? Thanks for watching and following me on this Muay Thai journey. I'm going to talk about my fight at Rajadamnern that happened just 2 days ago, September 14th, 2022. Weigh-ins were in the morning around 6:30. My trainer's friend is a taxi driver in Bangkok. He picked me up from the hotel, and it was maybe 6-minute drive to Raja. Gave my passport to the people who worked there at the stadium and did quick paperwork. It only took maybe 2 minutes. Then I saw the doctor, did a real quick physical exam on me. It only took maybe 2 minutes. It's like felt my arms and like my hip. And then I stepped on the scale. It was exactly 121 pounds, which was agreed on weight. Found out my opponent had to run for quite a bit. He had to run off at 1.9 pounds. I didn't want that at all, so I made sure my cutting weight was just perfect a couple days before. So I started hydrating and then got a picture next to him. It was a rematch from when we fought July 22nd. I won. I guess they wanted a rematch, so it was on Source of My promotions, pulling my same thing, I guess. Went back to the hotel, just started hydrating for about an hour and a half. Eat a banana, then started eating real food after that. Had a bunch of diarrhea, which sucks, but that's pretty normal after completely being dehydrated for like 2 days and then hydrating a lot of salt and sugars and whatnot. Later on it stopped. Took some anti-diarrheal medicine. Anyway, felt fine. Maybe 3 hours later, 4 hours later, laid down pretty much all day, just trying to nap. I don't think I really fell asleep, but just chilling all day, eating, hydrating, drinking a lot of mineral waters, and some hydration stuff. Went back to Raj around 6 p.m. I was the last fight, which was like the second main event. Everything ran smoothly, just chilling backstage, and then saw the first 2 fights out with one of my cornermen. Then I went back, got my hands wrapped, Thai oiled up, everything, got the massage, and just started shadow boxing. Was relaxed, very calm, considering he's been my debut at the biggest Muay Thai stadium in the world. A lot of fights I'm, a little bit nervous, but I'm always confident. But like my heart wasn't even racing; it was just like really slow, just really calm and relaxed. So that was good. And then every few minutes, maybe did a little more shadow boxing because I was bored backstage. And then put on the steel cup and the gloves and waited on the benches right outside of the ring, being on deck. The 7th fight ended early with a knockout in the second round. I was like, cool. I wanted to fight, been ready. So I walked out, climbed in the ring, briefly looked around at everybody in the room, but didn't want to psych myself out, didn't want to pay attention too much to it, just focus on the fight. Just did the white crew, started the fight pretty much how I thought, same aggressive punching and low kicks. It was a little bit slower of a start than when we first fought back on Fighter X in July, but it's because it's Raj, normally a little bit slower start, but started faster than most of the other typical fights. So I was just working on either pulling my leg back or blocking. Felt good, hardly any adrenaline at all, but that sucks because every time I would block, I would feel it. Just very, very little pain was blunted. Very little adrenaline's going on, so just staying calm. Block here and there with jab, teep a lot, just try to keep him back. A little bit of footwork, move away. Wasn't trying to throw any combinations or any kicks too hard, just kind of save energy for the most important rounds, which is 3 and 4. So did fine. 1 and 2, picked up the pace a little bit in 2. 3, I definitely think I won. Most people would probably agree. Hit him with a hard elbow, a lot of left kicks, a couple of right kicks, even some high kicks. one definitely hit him in the head, but it barely phased him. He's a very tough, durable guy from Gauss Emirate Gym. Going into round 4, my corner is telling me do not back up at all. Go forward, go forward. They believed I was down on points. Thai scoring is very complex, especially in the big stadiums. So I was like, okay, don't back up no matter what. Kick a lot, knee. So I wish I clinched more because my opponent was not a strong clincher. I could have just clinched all of round 4 and won the fight that way, but was still just doing a little bit more of what I was doing. Block when I can. If I get kicked, whatever, body kick back, high kick, teep, try to off balance him or break his rhythm, whatever. And then just a little winded, of course, but nothing like too tired, but it was a crazy pace in round 4. I thought I did fine, went back to corner 5 and they're saying I'm down. I gotta go again all out in round 5, just go forward, attack. I was like, damn, I hate desperation mode. I'd never fight the best that way. So again, I go out there in round 5 and throw some punches, chase him down some kicks, and he knows he was up. His corner told him he was up. So he's pretty much backing away, playing the point game. I landed, quite a few kicks. He maybe got 1 or 2, and I was leaning back from some of his, kind of chasing him, and then, I knew I wasn't going to win unless I, knocked him down or knocked him out, which I just couldn't do because he just kept moving. So, maybe a minute left, and it was, that's pretty much it. Just like any other stadium fight you see, it's pretty much over at that point. They just kind of chill out. So maybe I looked up the clock. There was about 30 seconds left, and we just kind of walked circles around. I knew, that was the fight. So, showed respect to each other at the end, bowed, and ref raised his hand. I left the ring, and I was disappointed and pissed off. But it is what it is. I did my best. He has 200 plus fights, and that was only my 25th fight, my first in the big stadium. So yeah, I was pretty upset. Super sore. My shin was super swollen. Even more than the first time I fought him. Still is swollen. I got ice on it right now as we speak. But I went back to the hotel with my wife, and we ate some donuts. She went to sleep. I watched the fight on YouTube because it was posted right away, and I was like, "Wow, I did really well." I'm not upset at all. Obviously, I wish I got my hand raised, but some people say I lost because I wasn't standing tall on my kicks. It's very aesthetic. Muay Thai it's not like other countries for sure. It's very much an aesthetic. If you have the most beautiful technique, then you may win that way. If you look stronger and more aggressive, you may win that way, which was my opponent's style, and that's how he won. He just looked stronger. A lot of his punches were to the body, and I was blocking some of them. Some of them I felt okay, not that bad. Some of them, a lot of them I was blocking with my forearms and my elbows, just kind of shelling up and blocking them with my arms, which is kind of a Western boxing thing, or maybe kickboxing thing. It kind of changes your posture, makes you, some may say, oh, you kind of look weaker or whatever, it's breaking your posture. So that might be another reason I lost, but I'm not trying to just stand there and get punched in the stomach. This guy is pretty strong. So, and then some of the head punches, whether they're hooks or overhands, they were a little bit wide from his. If I couldn't block them or evade them, which I did a decent amount, he was throwing rear uppercuts. I didn't lean back from a lot of them, but 1 or 2 I couldn't. Maybe a hook, I would just kind of roll with it, and I wasn't taking any damage. But again, it looks like he's punching me, and my head's going flying. That's also probably going to count against me in Thai scoring. But again, I'm taking damage off of my own brain by rolling with the punches. It's just more of a Western thing. So maybe all things considered, that's why I wasn't ahead on the score. By the end of round 4, it is what it is. I'll learn from it and try to improve. But yeah, overall, I'm pretty happy with my fight and my debut at Raja. It was a very cool experience, reflecting back on it. I always wanted to fight there. So anyway, thanks for tuning in, everybody. On to the next fight.